Greetings. Hello, and welcome to everybody. There is nothing better. We have turned that down just all the way. It is good to be with everybody again, featuring. This is the new revamp. We've had some things transpire the last couple of months, and we apologize for the lack thereof of a podcast between Grace and Hustle and Fairview Church. But we are here to tell you Fairview Church and Grace and Hustle are combining, and we will be doing a podcast. Are we going to do it every week, or are we going to do it every month?
Oh, the weather outside.
We can't say, so it may be a surprise. Yeah. So right now you are hearing it on Facebook Live, but later it will be on Spotify, podcast, YouTube. It will be everywhere. And so you'll be able to listen to it that way. We're super excited. Today, my name every day is Stewart Wilkerson. And with me, I have my beautiful wife, Lindsey, with me. Thank you so much for joining with me today. Anybody commented yet? I've got 3 viewers. Make sure you like this, share it. We got to get the word out. Come on, somebody. Something's going on with the mic. So we've got a pretty cool setup right here in our own home. This is our home, one of our rooms in our home. So I'm glad that everybody is here. There is nothing better than to start a podcast, a new podcast, than with Christmas music. Hey, Alexa, stop. Because we have Christmas music right now. I don't even know what Christmas music it is. So it's Let It Snow. So there is nothing better than to start it with Christmas music. If you are watching right now and you are hearing our voice, let me know where our voice is compared to the music. If the music needs to come down just a little bit, most definitely I should do that. We can make sure that we've got everything set up for you guys. So thanks for joining us. We've got a really cool podcast ready for all of us today. And I'm super, super excited. It's going to be awesome. So, Lindsey, has there been anything specific that's been happening lately in our world besides basketball? Yeah, football has ended. Now we're into football or basketball season, and Rock Davis is Christmas music. Rock, we're just here to bless your soul. That's all we're here for. We're skipping Thanksgiving and going straight to Christmas, so I'm enjoying this. So, what else has been transpiring over our life besides basketball? Yes, tell us about it. We're launching 4 different small groups, right? We're launching 4 different small groups. And what we are doing, hold on, let me fix this music. Neil says he can barely hear the music. I think Neil's joking with me. We are launching 4 new small groups in beginning of November, right? And Lindsey and I are doing a book on marriage called Do Marriage Better by one and only
Dave and Ashley Willis.
Dave and Ashley Willis.
Our favorite.
Yes, we love Dave and Ashley Willis from the Stevens Creek Church in Augusta, Georgia. So somebody tag them, let them know some love. So if you are a part of our church and you've not signed up for this, I promise you're going to want to do it. Get your book today called Do Marriage Better. It's going to be a blessing to all of us, and I promise we're going to have fun. Then our ladies small group is having a small group as well. And then we have our Connect Track. Our Connect Track is for people for newcomers. We're doing that on Wednesday night. And another one we are doing is a prayer small group. And so we've got a few different, we're shifting some Wednesday night classes. We're still going to have kids and youth and young adults and adult class in the sanctuary. So, but we're shifting from all of that to something else, and we're just going to combine it all together and pray that God blesses it, because there's some excitement in it, and I'm excited for it as well. And it's going to be awesome. So we got small groups coming up. I got a new hat. Lindsey said, this is my hat. This is the church hat. This was made local. This is one of the things that we like to do, is we like to do shout outs to local people. And so we've got a local leather company called Britt's Leather Company that makes all of our hats. Super cheap, really incredible, awesome guy. Shout out to Britt's Leather Company. Someone shout them out and tag them in if you want to do that. Or if you want some really good hats, please see them. It's Genuine Leather. And we've got some other merch that is coming soon as well. So Lindsey has been on my rear end about that, but I'm excited about that. So be looking for that. And Lindsey, tell me what this Wednesday is.
This is Fairview Fest.
Fairview Fest. What is Fairview Fest?
So kind of like trunk or treat, except there's no trunk. Tables.
Yep. Jaron and Lacey have done a great job.
Hay rods.
Yep. We've got, oh man, we got a lot. So you can come dressed up. We are partnering with other churches in the area to do this. And so this is our big fall festival we're having Wednesday night. Starts at 6 p.m. Central to 8 p.m. Central. It's going to be awesome. Bring your kids, dress them up, spread the word. I'm excited about it. I'm really, really excited about it. People have come together, the churches come together to make this happen. And other than that, just bring yourself. It's completely free. Everything about it is completely free. And so just come dressed up. We also have a chili cook-off.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I can't wait. We've got like 10 chili pots. I love chili. Neil Fowler, Greg Strickland, I love chili. Just don't tell my mother-in-law what that means, please. But we have a big chili cook-off that we are going to be judging. Winners get bragging rights, gets a medal and a T-shirt and whatever else it is that Lacey and Jaron picked out for them to win. And and I'm excited to see the tables. I saw the kids' church was doing trolls, Poppy and what's the girl and boy troll? Poppy and Lester. Poppy and Lester. No, it's Poppy and Lamone's. No, that's a Mexican restaurant here in town, which is pretty good.
It's very good. Any Mex.
I'd probably say the best Mexican though is
in Trenton
Mexican.
I mean, I think that's
Trenton Mexican. Not Scottsboro. Stevenson's pretty good too.
Yeah. Scottsboro is okay. I mean, if you were there.
I didn't say Scott. Well, I didn't mean to. I meant Stevenson.
No.
So, anyways, I'm excited. So, all right, let's get into this podcast, and we got some good things ready for you. But one thing I want to do is I want to break up this entire thing and basically kick it off with our church service. Church service yesterday was absolutely phenomenal. It was out of this world. It was something that we've all been praying for. But I would say one of my favorite parts yesterday, I felt liberty. I felt freedom in the house all day yesterday. But my favorite part was whenever I felt like the kids' church needed to be in there with us. So I called the kids' church director, our kids' church director, and the team, and brought all the kids in. We had 40-something kids on stage Sunday morning, which is phenomenal. But I remember, I don't know what stuck out to Lindsey or everybody else, but that's all I've heard people talk about was service yesterday and how God moved yesterday. But I remember praying for all the kids. We were praying for God to fill people with the Holy Ghost, and God filled one gentleman with the evidence of speaking in tongues. So that was something he's been praying for. That's something we just, prayer team travailed and led him to that point, and it was incredible. But I saw some kids and students seeking the Lord, and that's what to me really meant a lot to me. But what tugs at my heart is my kids, and praying for my kids, praying for Andy. Eden kind of, I really don't know where Eden was the entire time. She went and hid. I don't know if she was scared or what, but I prayed for my kids, and Preston was like, I don't want to pray for, he was he just awkward, didn't like it. But then we got to Kaysen, and Kaysen's always been my tenderhearted kid. He's stubborn as a mule. He just is. So I don't know where he gets it from, but he's my tenderhearted kid. They all are very tenderhearted, would you say? Somewhat. But I started praying with Kaysen, and nothing really happened for him. Then his mom got a hold of him, and then that's when he started crying. And his best friend Ezra started crying, and he had his other good friends with him, and they were all just crying. And to me, that's what it meant a lot. That to me is what it's all about, right? Do you remember things like that growing up as a kid, like going, being a pastor's kid, seeing your moms and dads pray for you, and you have services like that? Was there anything particular that really stuck out to you? Well, that's hard because this is something putting you on the cuff.
I remember a lot of services. Erica had stuffed animals if it was late on Sunday night, going down a prayer line and boo-hooing.
Was that probably Kimberly Church of God, wasn't it? Or was that Chelsea?
So. No. I don't remember.
No,
Kimberly.
It's probably Kimberly. Kimberly Church of God was a big place in their lives. Speaking of Kimberly Church of God, we can't go to Kimberly without going to where?
The White House.
The White House restaurant. Phenomenal. If you're in the Kimberly area.
If they're in the Kimberly area, they know it.
Yeah. Well, if they're passing by, they need to go to the White House restaurant. Right.
For sure.
So that's the importance of spirituality in the home is very, very important. Allowing God to move in your church, but allowing God to move inside of your family is just as important. That's something that we all pray for. It's something that we all seek God for. It's something we fast and pray over. So to me, that meant a lot. And I felt like, there was just an overweight. There was just I don't know. It just felt like a weighty presence that was in the house yesterday. And there was so much freedom. It was like the people came expecting. And God's been doing something different in our lives, in our church life, in a lot of people's lives in our church. I feel like a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff, which we could kind of lead into the next question, or the next subject. But I want to do this. We forgot to do this, and I apologize. It's my fault. Icebreaker time. I always throw something at Lindsay to give her an icebreaker. So this is one thing that you'll know about us is that we're very personal. We're very down to earth. We want you to be a part of our lives. We want you to be, a part of the church family. We want you to be a part of our family. We want you to have a good time. Now, with that being said, we took pictures yesterday of some of our friends here in town, and they turned out really good, didn't they?
They did.
They turned out phenomenal. Huh?
In the rain.
In the rain. Y'all,
they canceled, actually.
Yeah. Shout out Dakota Jackson for canceling. Not counseling. Same thing.
That too.
Canceling. But they turned out phenomenal. And so that's a little side hustle we're trying to get up and try to do because we enjoy it. We just enjoy doing it. But with that being said, I love icebreaker questions. Oh, what I was saying about the pictures is that we just wanted the kids just to have fun. That's all we want them to do. Like taking pictures, you ain't gonna be screaming at them. You ain't gotta be doing all this. It's all fun and games. Just have fun, right? Just have fun. So, Lindsay, would you rather have quality time or acts of service?
Quality time.
I
appreciate your acts of service, like with washing.
So how would I do for me? Is it more quality time or acts of service that I show? I love.
Yes.
You
say acts of service. I think it makes you good to do acts of service.
I love doing stuff for people. However,
But he just don't like the work.
I did the dishes the other day.
Yes.
Quality time. Like, I like quality time, but like for me as a husband, I like to have quality time and just sit there. I don't want to sit there and talk and,
See?
like have a huge in-depth conversation. Like, I want to sit there. Anybody else like that with me? I've got a few people jumping on here right now. It's like my viewers are going up and down. Like, I just want to go and just sit. But you want to sit and talk. I don't. Well, sometimes I do. So if I have something heavy on my chest and I've got to get it off and I'm going through something, rough, like I want to talk about it. I want to, whatever.
Patient.
That's something we'll talk about in the
We're working on that.
Small group. All right. Long road trip or cozy night in?
A long road trip.
Cozy night in. I'd rather sit on the couch and do nothing. You can book trips for other people and make money, but for me, I want to sit on my rear end and do nothing.
On our rear end.
I'm not going anywhere right now with Hurricane Melissa. All right. I already know this one. Forgive quickly. Would you rather forgive quickly or take a few minutes to cool off?
Forgive me.
Yeah, right. You are the person that wants to immediately get to the situation, but me, I need a few minutes to cool off.
I'm good with it. Not good with it today.
So what you're implying is that for me is that it's not healthy for us to brush it off and say, give me a minute. But it's not just a minute. It turns into a day and then a week. And then so what happens when it turns into a day, a week, a month?
Then something really silly and small happens, but like the reaction, like most people will think, wow, that's exciting. Or this you never thought through. Now it's really sensitive. So it comes back up.
Yep.
Bigger and really dramatic and not necessary.
Yep. Rhonda said what?
Always talk with me. She knows what she's talking about.
Rhonda knows what she's talking about. I don't know.
You don't know what she knows?
She probably does know, but however, I need a few minutes to cool off.
You can cool off for sure.
All right.
Come back.
Next question. Would you rather pray out loud together or quietly beside each other? I already know this question.
Quietly beside each other.
Yeah, quietly beside each other.
It's okay if you get into it, though.
Yeah.
Gotta be weird about it.
Yeah, you don't have to be really weird about it. So those are some cool icebreakers. Maybe that taught you a little bit, or maybe it just made you laugh and made your Monday a little bit better. So today I want to talk very quickly. We're not going to keep y'all a long time, but thanks for joining in with us. Excuse me. Thanks for joining in with us today. We want to talk about the cancer of busyness. The cancer of busyness. When you get too busy doing things for people at work, ball, whatever it may be, what happens is your family ends up getting the leftovers. Now you've experienced a lot of that. How is it whenever you feel like the family gets the leftovers? Like, we give church our energy, we give work, sports, we give all these commitments our best energy, but then when we get home, we always give each other the leftovers. Like, what does that do to a family?
Well, for one, it's very confusing because they could see us serving and wanting to meet the needs of everyone else except for our marriage or relationship with our kids or different needs. So,
yeah.
They would grow up and do the same thing or be very resentful towards church.
I think that's really a huge thing. I think that we are a mirrored image of who Christ is. And so if they see a perverted version of who God is, who Christ is, then they're going to view God as that. And so it's important to keep your family your first ministry. God is first. It's like what I tell the church all the time. It's God, it's family, then the church. And you're like, well, God is church. God, God is not the church. God died for the church. He sent his son Jesus to die for the church, who is the bride. We are the bride, okay? But I don't have to die for the church because he already has. I forgot who said that, but family is your first ministry. So where have we been too busy to notice each other's needs, wants, desires? Where do you think we've been too busy? Ministry for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it comes in season. So, I mean,
I think
some,
Ball does that too.
yeah, but at least it's family.
Yeah.
So it's not
Well,
wasted.
it's one thing like for us is like we never miss a ball game. We never miss a ball game. We never miss a practice because we want our kids to see that we're there. And what I've come to find out is that the best present that you can give your kid is your presence. The best present that you can give your kids is your presence. And so, for me, one thing for me to do better, I felt like I have to do a lot better, that we have to do a lot better, is that when the kids are around, put the phone down, which they're enveloped in all of their junk as well too. Like they've got electronics running out their ears. Okay. I almost said something else, but it's like running out their ears. But for me, when the kids are around, like have quality time with them, have family time with them. Yeah. And it's hard because there's times where you want to just be by yourself, right?
Yeah. And it's hard too when you have certain, like that's actually also where I make income. So I definitely have to set more of a boundary or office hours, I guess. So that way when they get home, all of that stuff is done. So I can focus.
All right. Let me ask you a question. I've done better at this. I feel like I've been a lot more present lately. And I think a lot of it has to do with our staff, our leadership, our church that is really, really, really good to us about that. They understand that. They want that. They want you to care for your family, be there for your family. But I feel like personally I've done a lot better with that. Whereas, I don't know. Whereas it was hard for me to do that. I couldn't shut it down. And then all of a sudden it was like, if I couldn't shut it down, God was saying, if you're not going to shut it down, I will shut you down. And that's the part to me is almost like I got to a failure part where I couldn't shut down.
Well, we coming from youth ministry, a lot different than lead pastor. So we had to make adjustments too.
Yeah. Well, I think busyness a lot of times looks spiritual, but it's not holy. I think we give each other the benefit of the doubt, and we do things for the sake of ministry because we say, hey, we're doing the work of God. Well, busyness looks spiritual, but it's not always holy. Good things, a long time ago, God taught me this. Good things can always get in the way of God things. I remember praying one time and I was asking God, saying, God, I want a good word. I want a word from heaven. And he spoke to me and said, you need to stop praying for a good word and start praying for a God word, because there's a difference between a good word and a God word. A good word is if I copy what someone else is saying, but a God word is something that God has given me straight from the throne. And so for me, serving God doesn't mean neglecting the home. I think that when we serve God, God doesn't want you to neglect the home. He wants you to invite the home. He wants you to have the home, a part of your ministry. But the problem is that we say yes to all of these people and all of these things, but we say no to our family. And to me, ministry is a family thing. Ministry is a huge family thing, to where if I say yes, all of y'all say yes too. Before we moved here, I said, hey, that's a whole nother story. You realized it. The kids realized we're moving before I realized it. But like when I say yes to this, it's not just me saying yes and committing to it. It is the entire family committing to it and saying yes. And I remember whenever we were interviewing here for the church, I remember we were pulling out. My mom was pulling into the Airbnb the church put us up at, and they said, we're interviewing at the church, yada, yada. So Lindsey and I were about to head out. Mom pulled in, and I remember looking at both my boys who were, how old were they then?
5. Well, Eden was, so they were 1, 3,
5 and 7.
5 and 7.
So 5 and 7. And I remember looking at Kason and Preston sitting there looking at me. In case I looked at him and I said, this is a family thing. At any moment, you don't feel like this is what, you don't feel good about it or don't like something about it. This is about y'all as much as it is about mom and dad. So tell me. And I remember Casey said, no, we want to do it if this is what you want to do, Daddy. And I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. So my yes is their yes as well. So just remember that what Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1 says this, wrote this down. It says, the wise woman builds her house. If you want to be wise, you need to build your house. You need to build your house on the foundation of Jesus Christ. But my question to Lindsey is, how do you raise kids that are growing up on the run? I mean, practices, events, activities. I feel like there's no downtime, right? I almost feel guilty for downtime, right? Yeah. And so for me, like, I want her to answer this question, but like, how do you raise kids with the kingdom mindset while they're on the run, while you're thinking about it? For me, like I said, God had to shut me down. God said, if you won't shut down, I will shut you down. So for me, I had to get to a mindset and like really change my mindset on some things and be like, okay, I've got to slow down. If not, I'm going to die and I'm going to lose my family. Like, so what I started doing is, I started shifting some responsibilities, and, I'm not perfect at it. I'm not the best at it, but Mondays, I always work from home. I always do stuff from home. That's what we've been doing all morning, is doing stuff for the church at home. We've been working from home. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm usually in the office unless I have to do a visit or a call or something like that. And Fridays are like my Sabbath. Fridays are my Sabbath. So for me, and we can talk about that in a minute, is talk about distraction and talk about why it's important to have a Sabbath day. So Friday is my Sabbath day. So, but going back to that, how do you raise kids with a kingdom mindset growing up on the run?
Well, I mean, when the Lord put you here during this time, He knows that He's going to have you playing football. He knows that He instilled a gift for whoever to play this sport or to this kind of club or whatever. So it's more so not stopping everybody to come and stay home, but to go out knowing that the Lord could use you in conversations with who you're speaking with, in the grocery store, who you're in line with. He will line a situation up with people or, any situation at all that ultimately is Him lining it up to. It could be a lot of things, just an encouragement. It could be something that even helps me. So really that's it, because we can't teach our kids that we to stop all busyness and stay home, because that's not healthy either.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a balance to it all. You got to have activity with people. I would almost say like distraction is the enemy of family discipleship, family schedules. Like distraction is the enemy of that. And we can all get distracted. It's like, for me, I wanted to, so like we got this new camera a while back, and I've been telling my stepdad and my mom that I'm going to go to a job site and I want to take pictures and of the job site and, just some good promo and stuff like that. Cause I saw our youth pastor doing the same thing. I was like, hey man, that is an awesome idea. Like, I want to do that. So I told him I would. Well, the only day I had the other week was Friday. Well, Friday is my Sabbath day. Well, if you do a Sabbath, that means you can do anything other than church. No, that's not. My Sabbath day consists of what?
It's our date day.
That's our date day. So nighttime is hard for us to get away. Like,
we can't just leave our kids at home.
Yeah, like babysitting, like you got to pay a babysitter, all that kind of stuff. It's like, it's hard to do that. It gets expensive. So we started doing was having Friday date days, and that was like our Sabbath, and that's like in pen on the calendar. There's no getting around it. So where are some places that what have we done for date day? I've actually enjoyed them. What are some of your favorite moments we've done?
I liked Ringgold.
I loved Ringgold.
This past weekend we went to Rome. That was neat.
Yep, that was fun.
I mean, there's always Chattanooga. And then you tricked me in that one place. What was that place that you tricked me in? He made me think that we were going somewhere special for a new destination. Turned out
we went to Bridgeport, Alabama.
Yeah,
There's a place down there called
wow. There's a huge
hunting store called Big Daddy's Hunting Store. So I went there and surprised her. I surprised her.
It was a big surprise.
And spent like $100 on ammo because I took okay, so there's a backstory to this. I didn't do it on purpose. I forgot ammo at home for Cason's 243 that I was having sighted in for a guy that was signing it in. I went down there and I was like, oh man, shoot. I forgot.
Yeah. He knew it was there because there's nothing else there. So he tried to play it off like, no, this is where I'm taking you. But we kept driving and there was nothing there.
Yeah, we went to Bridgeport.
So we had to turn around.
Bridgeport, Jasper, Tennessee, came back, and we ended up in Scottsboro, Alabama, and ate Mexican and unclaimed baggage and other things. So what are we going to do this Friday?
I don't know. I like to look at new cities, new little towns. North Georgia has the best.
Yeah, North Georgia's beautiful.
Love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. We love North Georgia. So I would say that like one of the things that has really helped us is having a Sabbath as a part of our family survival strategy. Like I knew at a certain point that I told my staff and I told leadership after my second year here, I told them, I said, I can't pastor the way that I have been for the past 2 years. I ran so hard, so fast for so long for multiple reasons, and I just, I had to slow down. A lot of people may say, well, you slow down a lot, you shouldn't do it. Some people say you haven't slowed down at all. Well, to me, in my mind, I have slowed down a lot, and I've made rest an act of obedience towards God because I wanted to be the savior. I wanted to be the answer to everybody. But a Sabbath actually says, hey, God, you're the Lord of the Sabbath. You're God. You're the savior, not me. So for us, practical ideas, having a Sabbath is you have to set a day, put it in the calendar, be consistent with it, no matter what comes up, no matter who calls you, no matter what emergencies. Listen to me, y'all. People are sick. They're going to call you. Do not answer that phone on your Sabbath. Unless it's an emergency.
And if it's emergency.
Put the phone down. Let your body rest. You can't be there for everybody all the time. Family dinners, that's something, golly, that's been all over the place. Our family dinners have been consisted of ramen noodles because I had a tooth pulled this past week.
I made vegetable soup.
She made vegetable soup, and I was so tired of it after like day 80.
Day 2.
I love to worship with my family at church, but I love to rest with my family too. I love to rest with my family. So,
Brady's at Helen, Georgia. We just went there too.
Mm-hmm. We went to Dahlonega in there.
Yeah, and Helen. Very pretty.
Yep. So, if I were to ask you, Lindsey, what is one thing you want our kids to remember? What is it? Hard. Think about it for a minute. One thing you want your kids to remember, what would it be?
They were loved, how we led them to the Lord, and how we released them. So that way they can follow in those footsteps to do that for their kids.
Yeah. Not the schedule, but the stories. Not the rush, but the relationship that we have. But one thing that we did, I remember coming home on Sunday. This has been a few Sundays back, and I was so I was wore out, and I honestly didn't have a good day that Sunday at church. I hate to admit that, but I didn't feel like Sunday went the way. This was a while ago, and so I told my wife. I walked in. I said, "Let's have a fun day with the kids. Let's have a family day." And I heard him ask you that yesterday. He said, "Is tonight family day?" And it broke my heart. because we had, after church yesterday, we had pictures at 2:30. I had a meeting at 4, and we had staff meeting at 5, and we got done at 7 and got home and put him to bed. So that broke my heart to hear him say that. And we need to do that. But I remember getting home that one Sunday and said, let's have fun with the kids. And remember what we did? We had 4 kids. So we let them all choose one thing. What was that?
Like, I think Eden was in charge of like picking out what we do for dessert. One of them was an activity. One was dinner.
One was where.
Yeah, and where we're going, like the city.
So like Preston, I think I gave him first choice because he was having a hard day. And I said, all right, Preston's going to pick out. No. I did that for Eden.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Eden, I want you to pick out where. And she said, Scottsboro. So we went to Scottsboro. Preston chose activity. We went to the movies. Kaysen picked where we were eating, and he was influenced by his mom, which he was chose to do what? Mexican.
Yeah, I didn't tell him to. I just trained
Mexican.
them to want that, and I ate it while I was pregnant.
Yeah.
All of them. So, and they wore their pajamas.
Yeah, they wore their pajamas that day, and then for dessert,
said yes.
Dessert, we went to Dollar General, right?
I thought we went to Dairy Queen.
Yeah, we went to Dairy Queen.
General.
Carol Frady, I drive Mentone twice a day, every day.
Yeah, he's bitter.
So
A little bitter.
I need to go to Mentone. Yes. Hey, Ginger. Ginger said, hey, y'all.
Hello.
Thanks for jumping on here, Miss Ginger. So that was a really cool activity that we had with our kids, is give them all a responsibility and make them feel a part. When you give your kids ownership, it does something to them. So for me, that was really cool. So we've been doing this for about 37 minutes. We're going to try to close this up, but have boundaries, learn to slow down, learn to realize that distractions are everywhere, but you're the only one that can control the distractions in your life if you respond to them or not. Do you have any last words of wisdom that you want to give to them? This is like a good kickoff.
You did great.
Yeah, y'all did too. Everybody, this is just a kickoff. Next time we'll have it a little bit more formal. Well, maybe not. We like to have conversations, right?
I'm not a formal gal.
We like to have little conversations. So, anyways, protect your family, love your family, go to church, get saved, ask God to touch your body, all that good stuff. Read your Bible. Read your Bible. We just actually bought Kaysen a new Bible. What is it though?
It's a He Reads.
Yeah, it's a He Reads. Yep, so it's really cool. And so I'm thankful for my family. I love my family very much. I love you guys. Thanks for jumping on here. And I hope that you guys have a phenomenal week. And remember, this week, do not forget to give a lot of grace, but don't stop hustling.
Yes.
Try it.
Give a lot of grace.
And don't stop.
Stop hustling.
Don't start hustling. Don't stop hustling.
Don't
All right,
do
y'all.
it.
God bless you. I love y'all. See y'all again soon. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But now I gotta clean all this up. Do